You wake up, and the first thing you do is reach for your phone. 5 minutes turns into 30. 30 turns into an hour. You scroll endlessly, watching everyone else's lives move forward. Someone bought a car. Someone launched a business. Someone your age is already making money online. Another person is traveling the world. And there you are, staring at the screen, quietly asking yourself, what am I even doing with my life? You promise yourself that tomorrow will be different. You say you'll start tomorrow, you'll get serious next week, you just need the right motivation. But tomorrow arrives, and somehow nothing changes. The alarm rings, you hit snooze. You sit down to study or work, but your brain feels heavy. You want success, you want money, you want freedom, yet your actions don't match your dreams. Deep inside, you feel a quiet fear growing. Life is moving forward, and you feel like you're standing still. And here's the truth that nobody likes to hear. Not your friends, not your family, not the internet. Nobody cares. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is going to drag you out of bed or build your future for you. The moment you truly understand that is the moment your life can finally begin to change. Let's slow down for a moment, because the truth is, you're not lazy. Most people in your position aren't lazy. They're just exhausted. Exhausted from starting things with excitement and then stopping halfway. Tired of feeling motivated for 2 days only to lose momentum again. Tired of watching other people move ahead while you feel stuck in the same place. Some mornings you wake up with zero energy. Your mind feels foggy and heavy. You want to study, you want to work, you want to build something meaningful, but your brain whispers, maybe later, maybe tomorrow, maybe when you feel ready. That whisper is the trap. Most people believe success comes from motivation, but motivation is fragile. Motivation disappears when you're tired. It disappears when the work becomes repetitive. It disappears when progress feels painfully slow. That's why so many people start going to the gym and quit within weeks. That's why people start businesses and give up after a few months. That's why dreams quietly fade away. It's not because people don't want success. It's because they underestimate how uncomfortable the journey truly is. The truth is that success is repetitive. It is boring at times. It is lonely more often than people admit. Sometimes it feels like nothing is working, like your effort is disappearing into the void. And in those moments, most people stop. Now imagine a different scene. It's 11:47 p.m. A student sits at a desk under a dim light while the entire house is asleep. Their eyes are tired and their brain feels slow, but they keep studying. Not because they feel motivated, but because they made a decision. Picture another person who just finished a 10-hour shift at work. Their feet hurt and their back aches. Most people would go home, collapse on the couch, watch a show, and sleep. But this person opens their laptop and begins learning a skill. Maybe it's coding, maybe it's graphic design, maybe it's marketing or writing. 2 hours every night. Quiet work, no applause, no recognition, just effort that nobody sees. Now imagine someone waking up at 5 in the morning, not because it's trendy or because it looks good on social media, but because it's the only quiet time they have before the world wakes up. They are building something, a side hustle, a new skill, a business idea that might change their future. Most people would look at them and ask, why are you working so hard? The answer is simple. One day, they realized a powerful truth. Nobody is coming to save them. Not their boss, not their friends, not the system. If their life is going to change, they have to change it themselves. That realization is scary at first, but it's also liberating. Because the moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life, you start taking control of it. Real change doesn't come from motivational speeches or temporary bursts of excitement. It comes from principles, simple rules that guide your behavior every single day. The first principle is discipline over motivation. Motivation is emotional and unpredictable. Discipline is mechanical and reliable. Motivation says you'll work when you feel inspired. Discipline says you will work whether you feel like it or not. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not motivated all the time. They simply remove the option to quit. Work becomes a habit, something automatic, something woven into their identity. The second principle is small daily improvements. People often overestimate what they can achieve in a week and underestimate what they can achieve in 5 years. 1 hour of focused work per day may seem like nothing, Practicing one skill daily might feel insignificant. Reading one book every month might feel slow. But small actions compound. Over time, they stack on top of each other until the person you become a year later is almost unrecognizable compared to who you were before. The third principle is focus and deep work. In the modern world, distraction is everywhere. Notifications, social media, endless entertainment, endless noise. Your biggest enemy is not failure, it is distraction. Your future will not be built between Instagram Reels and random YouTube videos. It will be built in quiet moments of focused effort. One task, one skill, one goal at a time. Deep work produces deep results. The fourth principle is delayed gratification, and this is where most people fail. People want rewards immediately. They want the money now, the success now, the recognition now. But real success works differently. You put in the effort today, you sacrifice comfort today, you improve yourself today. The reward arrives months later, sometimes years later. Most people quit long before the payoff appears. The ones who succeed are simply the ones who stayed consistent long enough for the results to catch up with their effort. The final principle is building skills that actually create value. Hard work alone is not enough if it's directed towards the wrong things. You must learn skills that the world values, skills that solve problems, skills people are willing to pay for. When discipline meets valuable skills, financial freedom stops being a fantasy and starts becoming a realistic possibility. Something incredible begins to happen when you commit to consistency. At first, it feels like nothing is changing. The work feels invisible and progress feels slow. But gradually, subtle shifts occur. You wake up with more clarity. You begin respecting yourself more deeply because every day you are proving something to yourself. You are proving that you can keep promises. You are proving that you can push through resistance even when it's uncomfortable. You are proving that laziness no longer controls your life. As your self-respect grows, your confidence grows with it. Opportunities begin to appear in unexpected ways. Your skills sharpen, your thinking becomes clearer and more strategic. The same person who once felt lost and uncertain now moves with direction and purpose. One day you look back and realize something astonishing. The life you once imagined is slowly becoming real. Not because you got lucky, not because someone handed you an opportunity, but because you kept showing up every day when it would have been easier to quit. The truth that most people avoid is that the world does not reward potential. It rewards execution. It does not care how intelligent you are or how talented you might be. It only cares about what you actually do. If you feel behind in life, that awareness can become your greatest advantage. If you feel pressure, it means you are awake to the reality of your situation. The moment you stop blaming circumstances and start taking full responsibility for your future, your power returns. Nobody is coming to fix your life. Nobody is going to build your dreams for you. Nobody is waiting to hand you success. But that realization is not depressing. It is empowering, because it means the direction of your life is still in your hands. Every early morning you wake up when others are sleeping. Every late night you keep working when others have quit. Every hour of focused effort is building something powerful. It is building a stronger mind, a sharper skill set, and a future that most people will never experience. One day, while others are still complaining and procrastinating and waiting for the perfect moment, you will be standing somewhere they cannot reach, not because you were extraordinary or gifted or lucky, but because you understood a simple truth earlier than they did. Nobody cares. And instead of letting that break you, you used it as fuel to work harder and build the life you refuse to give up on.